Hey everybody, it's Lon.TV, and we're taking a look today at the HyperX Cloud Stinger. This is a gaming headset that sells for about $50 or so, and I am on the lookout for low-cost gaming gear from name brand manufacturers ahead of the holiday season, so you'll be seeing a few more things like this over the next couple of weeks, and I'd love to get some suggestions from you as well. Now, before we get into the review of the headset here, I do want to mention, in the interest of full disclosure, that this came in free of charge from HyperX. However, all the opinions you're about to hear are my own. No one is paying for this review, and no one is reviewing this content before it is posted. And we're also going to be giving these away in a couple of weeks, so definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also subscribe to my email list at Lon.TV/email, where I give you notifications about upcoming giveaways as well. All right, so let's get into the hardware now. This is an analog headset. It uses a standard headset microphone combo jack here, so this is what you would normally see on your smartphone, so you could use it to make calls on your smartphone, for example, while playing games as well. Anything that you have that can plug into this is good to go. As a result, there is no lights on this thing, there's no USB connectivity, no drivers. It is a simple analog headset, which sometimes is a nice thing because it's not hard to get up and running. My big gripe with it, though, is that the cable is rather short. You only have 4.2 feet or 1.3 meters on the initial cable. There is an extension cable in the box that gives you an additional 5.5 feet or 1.7 meters, but it goes from that single connector to a two-up here, where you've got the microphone and the headphones separated. And this is good for most gaming desktop PCs that do have separate connectors for these two things, but if you're trying to connect up with this same connector on the other end, you'll need to buy another extension cable. They're not all that expensive, but just something to keep in mind with this. The headset itself is very comfortable. You've got nice memory foam on here. Because it's mostly plastic, it is very lightweight. It is 275 grams or 0.6 pounds. Pretty comfortable when I have it on. I wore it for a while this evening, and it seems to be working very nicely as a comfortable headset to wear, primarily because it's so light and because the ear cups here have a nice amount of foam on there to keep everything very comfortable. You've got some steel on it for adjustability, so it does have some rigidness to it, but overall it is plastic. But I like how adjustable it is. It's very comfortable, and you shouldn't have a hard time finding a comfort level that works for you. The sound quality is very good on this insofar as bass. So if you are, this is a gaming headset, so if you are playing games with a lot of explosions and other things, there is a good amount of boom to it, primarily because when you put these on, you do get a very nice isolation of sound because it really does envelop your entire ear. This is a 50 millimeter ear cup on this thing, so bass sounds very good. The higher frequency sounds do not sound as defined, so I'm not going to recommend this as a music listening headset. They'll probably be passable for most, but there are better audiophile headsets, of course, out there for music buffs, but it does do well for gaming because it does deliver a lot of boom while you're playing with them, more so than I expected. In fact, this probably sounds to me as good as some $80 and $100 plus headsets that I have reviewed on the channel prior. Those were USB headsets with lights and everything, so they had a lot more electronics on them. This takes all those things out. And there's a large boom mic here on the side. It is muted when it's in the up position, but when you flip it down, it will then begin transmitting audio back to the device that it's plugged into. And if you're curious as to what it sounds like, here you go. Through the magic of post-production synchronization and editing, you can get a feel for what the mic sounds like. So not the best sound quality out of the mic. Is probably good for players, not so much for professional game streamers, but it will get your voice across adequately to others that you're playing with. And of course, the device you're plugging it into will also have an impact on the audio quality. Now, there is no input volume control on the microphone, so if you want to control the audio level going out to your stream or to your fellow gamers, you'll need to adjust that within the software it's plugged into. That's one area where the device you're plugged into will have some bearing on audio quality, but I found plugging it into a bunch of smartphones, into tablets, into computers, it seems to be pretty consistent for me, but your mileage, of course, may vary based on what you're plugging it into. There is an audio control, though, for the headset portion of it, so if you are in a game and things are getting too loud or too soft, you can make some adjustments here with the slider on the right ear cup. So for $50, not a bad headset here. You don't have any bells and whistles on it, but if you're looking for something simple, this might be worth taking a look at. The other reason why I like to look at name brand products, especially in the lower cost segment of the market, is that you get some better support behind it. So HyperX is a division of Kingston. I've been buying Kingston memory probably for 20 years or so they've been around for a while. This has a 2-year warranty on it, so it's good to have some support behind a product like this. So it might maybe cost $10 or $15 more than something cheaper you can get that has comparable features, but having some support and a nice warranty is often worth spending a little bit more, in my opinion. This is Lon.TV. Thanks for watching.
This channel is brought to you by my Patreon supporters, including gold level supporter Eric. If you want to help the channel, you can by contributing as little as $1 a month. Head over to Lon.TV/Patreon to learn more. And don't forget to subscribe. Visit Lon.TV/S.